So one of my favorite games of all time is Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. I love everything about this game, the music, the characters. I think it's a perfect game. And since recently Paper Mario Wii U was rumored, I thought this was the perfect time to recreate a Paper Mario level in Super Mario Maker. I decided to recreate Rogueport from Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. I really like this place, and its music is perfect in my opinion. I have a lot to explain, so let's begin now. So we start the level off in the water, which is weird because Paper Mario can't swim. So this level is very similar to my Clock Town level from Majora's Mask. Both of my levels look very similar, and the goal of the level is to find a certain item that will help you reach the finish. So anyways, this is the boat that Paper Mario arrived from in the beginning of the game. And here's the dock area. Just like in the original, there are Bob-omb sailors chilling out here. There were also a lot of crates in this area, which is what Mario's standing on right now. And here we have a safe block. They were all over the place in the Thousand Year Door. And here we have Goombella just chilling. So this is the entrance to the main plaza area. In the original game, there were a bunch of bricks on the floor next to the entrance, which is what we have right here. Alright, so this is the main area of Rogueport. This right here is supposed to be the gallows that's in the center of town. And to the left of that, we have the item shop. Here we have its door, and the cloud on top, it's supposed to be its little banner. And next to the item shop is a giant signpost that contains a bunch of Rogueport news. And right next to that, we have a Goomba citizen just chilling. And of course, next to the item shop is Zest's house. Speaking of Zest, there she is. She's really mad because Mario stepped on her contact lenses. So she won't let us pass to the west side of town. But whatever, let's move on to the right side now. And to the right of the item shop is the soda bar. And here's the platform that contains a giant chest on top with the Ultra Hammer. The zigzag on the house is supposed to be graffiti. This town was filled with it. And right next to that is a poster. So it looks like we can't head to the east side of town. So let's go back for a bit. So if we enter the soda bar, it'll take us to the exit of the inn. And of course, here we have the badge shop. Alright, so let's hit the P-switch and run back to the area that was blocked off. Alright, cool. We made it. So the platform we're standing on is supposed to be the fence that contains the secret area behind it. And here we have Merlin's house. So this pipe will take us to the sewers, but it looks like it's blocked off, so let's find a way to open it. Let's go visit Professor Frankly. This is a nice little bonus room. So in here you'll find 3 1-up mushrooms, just in case you're playing this level in the 100 Mario challenge. And yeah, you can see the outside from in here, just as an extra detail. Alright, so just like in the original game, Gus is blocking the way. You can't jump over him, just be very careful. So here we have Bobbery's house, and right next to it, we have the Trouble Center. And to the right of the Trouble Center, we have a bridge that leads to the gang's hideout. Just watch out for the mechanical giant fish. So right next to the gang's hideout are a bunch of crates you can use to climb up to the roof. So there are a bunch of boxes on top of the house, just like in the original game. So this right here is the chimney of Bobbery's house. Paper Mario had to roll up into a tube to enter it. So just like in the original game, there's a strange character up here, just chillin'. He even has his green umbrella, just like in the original game. So if you hit this block, a fireball will fall down, making the bombs on the bottom explode, opening up the pipe to the sewers. Alright, so here we are, inside the Rogueport sewers. Let's head to Petal Meadows. Alright, so be very careful for that spiked Goomba down there. So these music blocks are supposed to be the paper airplane pad. Mario used it to transform it to a paper airplane to cross the gap. And here we have a treasure chest on top of this platform, just like in the original game. Uh-oh, here's a giant blooper boss. But thankfully, he's easy to beat in this game. And these music blocks are supposed to be the platform that transform Mario into a paper boat. So it looks like we can't head to the pipe that leads to Petal Meadows. It looks like we need a Goomba shoe to swim across. So let's head to the east side of the sewers. And here's the underground city. I'm not gonna really explain everything in here, since we still have a lot to cover. So I'll go through as much as I can, as fast as possible. So this right here is supposed to be one of the collapsed structures. Mario had to bomb it in order to pass through, but we could just jump over it here. And this right here is supposed to be a water fountain, but it doesn't work, because it's destroyed, just like in the original game. Alright, so I reset at the time, just because we're almost out of time. So just like in the 1000-year door, there's a moving platform here that'll take you to the upper area of the town. If you enter any of the doors here, they'll just take you to a different house. In the original game, these houses contain areas like item shops, soda bars, and so on. And here's the far left side of the sewers. Watch out for the Hammer Brother and the Koopa Troll below. So in the 1000-year door, this room contained the pipe that led to Twilight Town. We can't enter it in my level, but there's a power-up in here. So there's the pipe leading to Far Outpost. Thankfully in this level, it contains Goomba shoes, which is what we needed. So in this section of my level, most of the pipes don't take you anywhere. However, this pipe takes you back to Rogueport. And here we are, East Rogueport. Here's the park area. It even has a fountain, just like in the original game. And there's Zest still blocking the way. Oh, and by the way, this platform that I'm standing on right now is supposed to be this house's fence. And like in the 1000-year door, Mario could enter the sewers from a gate on the floor too. And in the background from where I'm standing at right now, you can see the train station from here. You can't enter it in my level though. And this right here is supposed to be the lottery board. It's being run by a bigger Babam. And here we have the Pianta Parlor. There's even a nice little trash can out here, just like in the 1000-year door. And here we have another item shop, which is being run by a Boo. Speaking of which, there she is. So it's time to do some parkour. Damn, That was a fail. Oh well. So using an item that's up here, we could finally make Zesty move out of the way. Heh, that's what she gets. So I don't know if you guys noticed this earlier, but when we left the underground city earlier, there was a one-way gate at the exit, so we can't head back to the right side of the sewers using the underground city. We have to use Rogueport for that. So since I went back to the level editor when we were running out of time, I have to bomb open the pipe again to the sewers. Alright, cool. Let's head back to the right now. So now we could safely cross the water. So this pipe leads to Petal Meadows. But before we get there, first we're gonna fight Bowser Jr. Alright, so I have a lot to talk about in here, so I'm gonna go back to level editor. So yeah, this is the battle stage, where all the battles in the 1,000-Year Door take place. Here we have the curtains. And these zigzags are supposed to be the stage's decorations. And of course, we have the live audience at the bottom. So sometimes in the 1,000-Year Door, the live audience members would throw useful items at Mario. This happens in this level too. So eventually, one of the audience members would throw a fire flower on stage. And in the 1,000-Year Door, when Mario leveled up to a certain level, the stage would upgrade, making it bigger, more audience, and more features added to it. One of those features was fireworks. Firework launchers would be added to the bottom of the stage. They would sometimes go off, hurting Mario and the enemies with fire damage. So that's why I decided to add burners to the sides of the stage. And finally, sometimes objects would fall from the ceiling, hurting either Mario or the enemies. I recreated this by adding donut blocks onto tracks. They'll eventually fall down. So before we start the battle with Bowser Jr., there's actually something I forgot to talk about earlier. So in the sewers, there were pipes on the ceiling that Mario could climb on. Mario had a spring jump in order to reach them though. So I decided to recreate that by adding tracks on the ceilings. Alright, so let's finally begin the battle now. Damn! The crowd goes crazy whenever you attack the enemy. And they gave me a fire flower too. Damn, they must love me. Alright, cool. Let's finally go to Petal Meadows. And here we are! Petal Meadows! It's really nice and grassy here. I love it. There's a secret mystery mushroom on top of the tree, by the way. And yeah, it'll turn us into modern Mario. And to the right we have Hooktail's castle. It was filled with dry bones, so that's why I decided to add dry bones on top. So let's finally finish this level. And that was it! If you want to download or play my level, just enter the code shown on screen right now. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Bye.